Okay, William, he wants to slap his dad. He's like, "Stop it. Wake up." That's the feeling I get. He's like, "Just snap out of it." Because he feels like his father's just stuck in this mindset. You know, can't go back. More fate. Love your fate kind of thing. Hi, guys. This is Artsy Wisdom. My name is Diane. Thank you for coming by. It's finally sunny outside. Yay. It's been raining and raining. And I know in Arizona, people are dying of heat. Literally, yes, the Grand Canyon, 3 people died. Oh, so sad. But here, we've been just getting rain and rain. Some of you know I go back and forth, Canada, US. I'm an American citizen, but I am a permanent resident of Canada due to my husband, who's Canadian. And I have this new life up here in the summer, which I'm very, very blessed to have. And I was watched over, you know, and we found each other. Anyway, royalty, Harry and Meghan, supposedly, I keep seeing videos and I wanted to touch base about it. And they're going to the Invictus games, I think next month. And this whole big thing, will she, won't she? Will the kids come? Will they come? Is he going to see Charles? Are William and Harry going to make up? I know some of you are very opinionated on both ends of the spectrum. I realize my opinion, take it or leave it. And if you haven't been here before, I do remote viewing. So I get into people's energies. Besides, I read tarot and um, do intuitive readings. And I'm an astrologer, an artist, hypnotherapist, do past life regression, etc. It's in my description box. But I've always, when I get into Harry's energy and Meghan's energy, I nobody's like all bad, but I do feel like they have agendas. Meghan definitely has an agenda, and she always has. I'm not saying she's like some people believe she's super conniving and she's got all these plans. I feel definitely she's very clever, and her goal is pretty narcissistic. She does have a narcissistic train path that's going through her life. But Harry also not narcissistic necessarily, but it definitely spoiled from his life. And he wasn't, Charles and him didn't have, I guess, the best relationship, but I know Charles loves his son and Harry loves his father just differently. And William, I do believe he thinks his father, I've gotten into his energy. He looks at his father as weak, and he is seeing he's not making the right decisions. William does have um, Prince Philip in him. He really, I think, chose Philip as his male role model, believe it or not. The queen too, as a leader, but Prince Philip he got him, and it's funny how it skips a generation like that. But he is planning. He's going to be different for his being the king at one point. At some point, he's going to reduce the monarchy, right? He's going to make it smaller. Things are going to change. He's pretty stern about his view of Harry right now. I've always wanted to call Harry Henry because I think that's his real name. I don't know why, but that always comes to me. I feel like it's Henry. And it's Rachel Meghan Markle, which is very interesting that she goes by Meghan. But I wanted to see. Oh, and then, yeah, today's Everything UK because Keir Starmer also resigned like 2 days ago. The party has just lost confidence. And it's funny because he has the majority. It's so strange. But before I start, I know it's kind of a long beginning. I'm thinking about doing lives, like one day a week, maybe getting on and doing a live stream. We go back and forth. You ask questions and I answer them. I've never done it, and I know I can do it here on StreamYard. So I was going to just throw it out there and see what you guys think. If that's something that you want to do, and what time of day. Sounds like a nighttime thing, maybe, or I know a lot of my viewers are retired. So I don't know. Just a thought. Tell me what you think. And thank you for supporting me and all the stuff you guys say to me. It's so good. I really, really appreciate it. You're awesome. Now, you can skip forward all of this. Trump's Tarp, before I forget the Tarp. I wanted to look at what was behind it the other day, but then I saw somebody did look above. Somehow they were able to get at the Kennedy Center to see what was behind there. So the name is off. His name is off, but I think the reason they're they're keeping the tarp up because the board is really a Trump board. He got them all in there. I think they think hopefully they'll be able to put it back, his name back on there. I think that's why they're doing that. And he's embarrassed because those holes will be there. Why won't they just fix them and be gone? Because he believes and is pushing them, and many of them agree that his name should go back on because he's such an amazing person and he's done so many things for the world, like start wars, make gas prices go up, make people lose their health care, help diseases grow faster, like Ebola, because the USAID is gone. He's helped poor people have less to live on because they have to pay more for medicine and food and whatever. But we've got Elon Musk, who's a gazillionaire. But remember, I don't know if you guys saw this yesterday, the tech stocks dropped yesterday. I think that's the NASDAQ. They dropped. And I believe Elon Musk's big trillionaire thing, he wants to put, I guess, SpaceX and Tesla together. He wants to be the king of the world. He's an immigrant, right? He came here on a work visa. He's African. Just saying. Yeah. Just thinking of Elon Musk. Things are ending with him. I feel like he's going to live on an island and kind of like an Epstein kind of situation. But done. Trump is done. It's a matter, the midterms are coming. All these Democrats, sort of the ones that were kind of leaning socialist, Mamdani types, I guess more in New York, but also a couple really ex-military people, women also won their areas, their primaries. Things are shifting. There's still a 70-ish% support for Trump by the Republicans. People just can't imagine voting for anything Democrat. Like Joe Blow in Omaha, Nebraska, he is going to vote a Republican. He just can't. So he's going to support Trump because he's not seeing all the flaws, because it's just the word Republican is what they associate that with themselves. Conservative. Democrats are socialist, cultish. Not that they're not, but they want trans people everywhere. They're going to change the sex of kids randomly. They're taking our money. Black people are going to come and take our jobs, and white people won't be able to do what we always have done. It's like they think something's going to be taken away, and that's the fear, because Democrats are. Anyway, I'm just going to look at the royals for today, or the UK. I know it's very long. I know some of you, I have got on occasion, get to the point. This is how I work, people. So channeling, getting into the energy. Just for Keir Starmer's sake, I always felt like he was a weak person when I got into his energy in past. He doesn't have teeth. Strength, courage, inner wisdom, inner I don't know, gonads. That would get him to do the things he need to and fight. And so apparently he's just kind of turned more centrist, and people just don't want that. I guess people of UK are really tired of it. So somebody else is coming behind him, some other person in the Labour Party. And I think, am I wrong? I could be wrong. In the last 10 years, UK has had like 5, I don't know how many prime ministers. It's like they're going through them like a Rolodex. I think that's going to slow down. You know what? I feel like we're getting to a slowing step. Like the train is coming into the station when I'm into the energy of the UK, not Ireland, not Scotland, but the UK, the Isle of Britain right there. It feels like it's slowing down. It's coming into the station, and people are going to get on and people are going to get off. And it's the new, it's like it's changing its direction. You know that in the train yard, they they turn the trains. I don't know what that thing is, that stick thing that makes the train go on a different track. That's what I feel like we're doing. And it's not just for random like Liz Truss or whatever her name was, just come in and let's fix it all and then go away. It feels more permanent. It feels contemplative, thorough. It's not just a whim. I don't know who's in power in the government, or I don't know why this would feel this way, but I do feel like it's coming. There is going to be some changing and for the good. It feels good. There's not going to be, it's not perfection, obviously, but I do feel like that is good. Whatever this thing is, now that Kirsten, I feel like, is there going to be new laws about, I know immigration's a huge problem or a huge controversial thing there, like it is all over the world. But it feels like there's going to be some new laws that are going to address things that haven't been addressed before. And it feels like more so immigration. I know there's been some, but there's going to be more. And it gives me a sense of safety when I think of this. I feel people will go, okay, finally, that makes me feel good. Now I can put my business over here because I don't think this is going to go bad, or I can um, expand or get more inventory because I don't think it's gonna change or something. Affordability, something like that, maybe. Anyway, I do feel like it's changing. Not just Keir Starmer, obviously, but labor still a conservative kind of view, if that's a possibility. You guys will tell me if I'm wrong. I'm just going to pull a card on the UK in general. Queen of Cups. This is a woman, but it's somebody emotionally mature. Seven of Wands. Okay, I'm picturing Margaret Thatcher. So she was a tough lady. What do they call her? The Iron Lady or whatever. That's what I feel like. Is there a woman? I thought that guy was right. That is popular. That got all the votes. Is there a woman? There might be a woman coming up. That's what another queen. So there maybe is a woman that's going to change things, has some good ideas, because I know they'll have another election. I don't know. We'll see. But that's what I got. I'm a woman. But it's going to be a fight, and there will be there'll be some pushback, obviously, because change, and Brits are quite good at speaking their mind when they want to. So that'll happen. All right. Let me pause this. So I'm starting off in Charles's energy, King Charles, who, by the way, I'm not a fan of Camilla. Maybe in person she's very nice, but I'm still feel yuck in regards. I know Diana wasn't perfect, but the whole situation he didn't do correctly. Couldn't help himself, I guess. But I still have old residue debris stuck on her in my mind, Camilla. Anyway, King Charles, when I see he really wants to see those grandchildren. He really wants to see Harry's children. And I see Harry coming towards him with the kids running. But I see Meghan far behind, like about 10 feet behind. Because there's questions whether she was going to come, and she had all these requirements to come, and they're setting them up in some royal residence, apparently. So they got what they wanted. Yeah, William was not happy about this. Charles will give as much as he can to reunite his family. It's funny. I don't feel like he really wants Will and Harry to get along as much as he wants to have a relationship with his children. I mean, his grandchildren. He wants to see them. He's very proud of William, but they do butt heads all the time. I'm telling you this from my remote viewing from Charles's perspective. And they do butt heads a lot. And William is growing into his kingliness, his sovereignness, his monarchness. He is knowing that he's going to be the one in the future to make decisions. And I know it's not supposed to be political, and I don't see William necessarily being super political, but he does focus on, I think it was just the other day, climate, homelessness, social issues. So he'll be more focused on that, which ties in, kind of mixes up in politics sometimes, but I can see him doing speeches about it, but not necessarily making decisions. But people like him for the most part. Anyway, back to Charles. I see him embracing Harry. Camilla's over here to my left, if I'm Charles. And Meghan does not come close. She stays back. Is she really there? She is. I wonder if this means she stays in the place where they're staying, palace, hotel, whatever it is, or building, or I feel like they put him up at a palace somewhere. I heard the word palace. So it feels like she's there and Harry is bringing the kids, but I know she's keeping an eye on them because I know there's a deep fear that Harry will just take them and hold them there and she won't be able to have them again. But without him, she is nothing. She's just an actress. Really and truly, I know she's a duchess, but by marriage, it's not anything. She married into this because of the way she acted, not because she deserved it. Just saying. But maybe there's some karma here. There could be some karma for Harry, for Charles. Okay, so back to Charles. Yes, I feel Harry. I see him smiling, and he's very happy the kids are there. And I know he wants Archie to get an education in England. It's very important to him. I feel Harry's desire, his aggressive energy about it. Like, I need to have my son educated. He needs to have, not just have the experience of England because it's his heritage or his legacy, his family, but it's also about the schooling. I just think he thinks he'll be better educated there, and more likely he will be. But Montecito, I'm sure, had nice schools, but I don't know about public schools, although they went to go to public school. Will William and Harry come together? William, I see him shaking his head no. He's like, no, it's not happening. He's still hurt. William strikes me as somebody who's typically men, they get emotionally upset, they get angry, versus it's just what is sanctioned, really. Men aren't meant to cry or talk about their feelings. They're trained not to do that, right? So instead it goes inward and get angry. And that's what I feel like. I think William is very hurt. Princess Kate will not. Oh, her and Harry were really close at some point. I see Harry going with the cousins, seeing them for sure, separately somewhere else. They're getting together. But William's shaking his head no. And I'm going past the time of the Invictus games in July. I still don't see them even, they may be in the same place at the same time, but they're not having a kumbaya moment. I don't see that happening. Okay, William, he wants to slap his dad. He's like, stop it, wake up. That's the feeling I get. He's like, just snap out of it, because he feels like his father's just stuck in this mindset. And because William's younger, he sees life different, and his experience with his mother was different. He's getting stronger. I feel like separate. I feel Harry and William are separate. Now, if I'm going past the Invictus games, they go back to California. They make a lot of plans. Meghan and Harry will make a lot of plans while they're in the UK. I think they bought something in Portugal. I feel like that's a big part of that, where they can use that as their hub versus Montecito. Although she'll have something in the States. She has to. I think, to make herself feel. It's just gonna cause so much problems in their marriage. Their marriage is an, delicate situation right now. It's very, very fragile. I'm not saying they don't love each other or didn't, and I do think she did love him to some degree, but he really, really loves her. So he didn't want, his parents broke up. He does not want that for his kids. He will do anything in his power to not let that happen. Her parents broke up, but she had support with her father, and he did everything for her, and she became the apple of his eye. So she lived with the abandonment of mom. Harry's the other way around, I think. He felt abandonment of father, even though his mom died, but he blames somebody else. It's very interesting how they both have these abandonment issues. So they don't want to be apart, but without the royal Duchess Sussex label, the UK, the monarchy attached to her, being attached to Harry, she's nothing. She really is. And I always saw her eventually when she's older, kind of like Jackie O situation, where she meets a very wealthy person and goes and she's on a yacht or she lives on an island and travels back and forth and sees the kids. And that's the one thing she wants. She really needs her money. And her business is failing, the as ever business, and it's going downhill. And it's already it's in the loss category all the time. And she's trying to always pretend that it's not. And she lives in this manifesting space, kind of like Trump does, where he lives. I believe it. I tell my people, and they listen to me, and they believe it. And she does the same thing. She doubles down all the time. And more power to him, because I look at reality. I can't help it. So, but yeah, eventually, they're not getting divorced anytime soon. I think that Portugal situation, or somewhere closer to the UK off the island, somewhere in Europe, and maybe it's Portugal or somewhere else, but that's where they're going to have. So I think they'll have 3 homes. I think somewhere in the States, that Portugal, and somewhere in the UK. Um, and Harry really wants to go back to being of service with the family. He doesn't. He wants to control it, though. He wants to control the narrative. He wants to control how he's seen. Now, will he use all this information when he goes to this visit in some sort of book or tell all, or, you know, dirt, mud slinging stuff? No, I don't see him doing that, only because he has been to the other side and back. So he knows where his bread is buttered, literally, in jam and scones. I love me a scone. I love Devonshire cream. Is it Devon cream? Double cream? And jam, strawberry jam. Delish. But yeah, he won't do that. I feel like he will complain to Meghan or complain to friends, but nothing is going to get published or put on a tell-all documentary. Although I do think they're recording for their trip back. I do feel like that's definitely being documented. And William does not want that at all. So he's keeping his family away from that. That's part of the problem too. What a mess. What a mess. The Invictus games will be better there. I think it's in Birmingham. I think it's going to be better there. So that's awesome. They'll have more attendance. They'll have more warriors, soldiers, veterans, because I think it was kind of losing steam. But I think it'll be better because he really wants to keep this going. Harry's looking at the second half of his life as very important. He's looking to, he's a Virgo, right? So Virgos like to work, they like to be of service. And of course, he's got other issues, but generally, they're also self critical. They're also critical of others because they tend to self criticize. They judge themselves, so they're always judging others. And he's doing that. But I do feel like Will and Henry won't necessarily bond right away, but I feel like Kate, without the children, may somehow um, make a connection with Harry. This time? No. If it is, it's way at the end. It's way like after the games are over or something, but not receiving them at all. It's like they're in different camps. Everybody's in different camps. Uh, yeah. And in regards to Princess Diana, somebody's asked me to look at her. I have looked at her energy in regards to Harry and Meghan. She really understands Meghan. She does, but she doesn't think she was good for Harry, except for the fact she gave him, she helped him heal and helped him sort out his wounds, because he didn't have a place for that. He had this hole in him, regardless if he was spoiled or narcissistic, he did. So she's saying, Princess Diana is looking at Henry and she's saying, I'm glad he had that experience because he sees things differently. He has his children. He sees what he can do. She still sees him as empty and needing more help. But ultimately, she said it was a positive thing for him to be married to Meghan. Um, she wished he had married somebody, believe it or not, like Meghan, who would be supportive, but who is English. So this whole US thing wouldn't have happened. But, can't go back. More fate. Love your fate kind of thing. Uh, she is proud of William. She sees him as very strong. She also sees him, it's funny. It feels like she wants to go and hug him and say, just relax. It's okay. Because he feels so like decisive and rigid. That's the thing. Feels very rigid. Um, but she wants to hug him and say, it's okay. You can be a dad. You can do all of this without being angry or hard. But she's very proud of him. And what do you think about Charles? She's like, oh, Charles is Charles, whatever. He's doing his thing. And Camilla, she feels like she's usurped her place, or what she did, but she also feels like she cheated the system, is what I heard her say. She like snuck in the back door, all the analogies about having an affair with someone and doing it in secret. And I know she did too, but and like I said, Diana's not perfect. She had a lot of issues. Um, and she played the game when it came to media. So she understands Meghan, but she thinks she takes it too far. But she loves her grandchildren. She's worried about Archie because she feels Archie is very similar to Harry and his insecurities, or his self, um, not deprecating, um, self-criticism, and seeing himself as less than confident. Um, she feels that Henry Henry and Archie are very similar in that way, and he inherited some of that from him. So she's concerned about that, but she's also concerned on the other end that Lilibet, or Lily, is um, spoiled, and also not um, shown how to be of service, kind of like Meghan isn't of service. She says she is. She has talks about children and media and stuff like that, and she puts her children's silhouette. And if she doesn't have them and doing that, what is she doing? She has fruit and walking and looking like and just taking pictures of herself. So she needs those kids to be something. And I think of service is not one of those things she's promoting for her daughter. And her daughter knows that. So Diana's concerned about that. And she is ready to. Meghan is just, Diana's ready to almost push Harry to leave her because Diana knows that even though it's her mother, she'll be there for her. She's still not she needs another influence. That's what Diana's saying. She needs another influence, meaning Lily. Her influences are very self-serving right now, and she doesn't know how to be of service, and she thinks Harry or Henry needs to bring her into the fold, in the royal fold, so she can learn that, like Charlotte. Did you guys see that little video? I saw a little video the other day when they did Trooping the Colors, I think, or something. They were all on the balcony, and William and Kate are in the back, and George is over here. I don't know, Louis is somewhere back there, but Charlotte's right in front, and they start the national anthem, and she's the first one to stand up straight. It was so sweet. She's like Princess Anne. She is I think she would be a great monarch. I don't know if we can I don't know. I'm sure George will be fine, but Charlotte's going to be like Anne that way, and Queen Elizabeth, really good. And her mother, actually, her mother's very, very good. I love Kate. She's gorgeous. I don't know how she can be so skinny, but that's not a problem I have. But anyway, all right. I think that was it. I just wanted to check on them. Wish you guys well, and let me know about the live stream. And thank you again. And if you have any more questions or suggestions, oh yeah, the Mary Todd Lincoln is just so big. I had to break it up, and it was unfortunately a little chopped at the end of the first part. But if you watch it through all where I go more into an intuitive part of it, is the second part. That's where I have my painting. It's all along the way, but the second section is a little bit more what I got from her soul and Abe's soul and that sort of thing. But Dr. Ann and I have fun doing those. And I think we're going to be doing Lizzie Borden next, which will be interesting. So, all right, you guys take care. Until next time.